Greetings, YouTube. It's not exactly news at this point that Kitty Pryde's synergy with Wolverine is only available as a 6-star. That might come as a surprise to some of you watching this video, but it's in the forum post regarding her description. So this video isn't so much a specific Kitty Pryde video as it is kind of a concerning sign about this in general. Because something that I do on my channel every week is keep track of the price of different items in the store, basically the health of the game when it comes to purchases. And what we've seen time and time again, except on a few awesome circumstances like the August Thronebreaker calendar, and by calendar I mean daily calendar or daily card at the beginning of the month of August, is Kabam still expects you to pay $50 to $100 for a 6-star basic crystal. Not to mention the fact that the 6-star featured can be hit or miss for sure, depending on who's in it. This featured I still think is more average than spectacular. And the 15,000 6-star shard price point, unless you get it discounted from the Black ISO store, is still so high of an asking price. And with that, we have seen on this channel for the past several weeks different batch openings with 10, 20, 30, once even 50, I think, 6-star shards. And you have to do it by data. So we know that the majority of champions in the 6-star basic pool are either average, underwhelming buffs, or straight trash like Groot that desperately needs a buff. Kabam has acknowledged that they rushed some of these buffs because they were trying to have as many as 3 champions a month tuned. Sometimes with an overhaul, sometimes with a tune-up, sometimes with just a couple tweaks. And so it's left champions like OG Black Panther or Hawkeye Ronin or Yellow Jacket technically with buffs, but still not exciting enough to use and rank up, especially as 6 stars on a daily basis. And I'm not saying that you can't disagree with that. I know there are people out there who love using their Hawkeye Ronin. I would still argue that you're never going to use them if you have a choice between Awakened Aegon or Awakened Nick Fury. And I'm not saying every champion has to be that OP, but if you're going to say we're buffing an old champion to make them a lot better, and sometimes the buff is so forgettable that you even forget, well, that they were buffed. This is causing Gamora most recently to be double buffed, as it's the second buff they've ever used on her for when they first released her in the contest. All I'm saying is that it takes the average player, even the average Cavalier player, or for that matter, in some cases, Thronebreaker player, quite a while to open a 6-star. If you're lucky, you'll open 1 or 2 a week, but I think people open more like 1 or 2 a month at this point. And so if you only can count on about 2 out of every 10 6-star openings being good, the amount of people that message me on a weekly basis saying, Prof, I haven't opened a good champion in weeks, it feels like months, I'm tempted to quit, I'm sick of it. Our very own Mama Bear was at that point right before she became Thronebreaker. It's just disconcerting. And so all of that intro, all of that setup is to say 6 stars are still very expensive, and most of the champions in the 6-star pool, like 80% of the time, are still going to be average at best to trash. So the last thing that the health of the game needs, despite how many years now 6 stars have been out, are synergies that are only for the 6-star. Because if you're open a featured Cavalier Crystal, you're going to have well under a 1% chance, especially for that new featured champion crystal, to land the 6-star. That means you could spend $1,000 on crystals on average and not be close to the hope of a realistic guarantee of pulling the champion once. And of course, that's not including so many puzzle piece champions, meaning you have to really get them twice to awaken them for them to be good at all. And then you really want them to be as high a sig as possible because their signature ability is so important to their overall utility. So yes, it's not news for Kitty Pryde to have a 6-star only Wolverine synergy. And also, yes, the Wolverine synergy, I tested it out, and I still think it makes Wolverine even more fun. And when you pair Wolverine with Apocalypse, he really is OP. And I combined both into that video and used no specials, 0 specials, and just strictly Furies and bleed damage to absolutely go ham, not Spider Ham though, on a Realm of Legends path, which is not that impressive, but still, it's just fun to do. But I am concerned. I don't think it's good for the health of the game for so many people who take so long to open 6 stars and who can't afford featured calves. And even if you can afford, you could spend, like I said, $1,000 and not pull a 6-star. To have this kind of trend. And Kabam likes to test things out and then close the forum post when somebody complains, of course. And then if the community accepts it, or if there isn't a huge pushback, they'll just make it a new expectation. And so suddenly, it's no big deal for the 6-star champion to have an exclusive synergy bonus that makes a otherwise, in Wolverine's case, he's really good, but in an otherwise maybe average or slightly above average champion be better. So I see this as a slippery slope. I am not a fan of it for so many reasons, most of which are in this video. I know that I haven't graded the new Signature Stone offer yet. I just got back from out of town for a very fun and successful date weekend, so yay for actually having a personal life outside of this game and YouTube. But yeah, I'm just not a fan. And I think that the longer the game goes on, if Kabam does this more and more, it's actually going to push more and more people away. Because if you want a 6-star Kitty Pryde, you're going to have to wait, unless you're going to whale out in an arena or in those crystals. And like I said, even then it's a huge RNG gamble. You're going to have to wait months for it. So I don't think it's going to be that pertinent to the Wolverine case study here, but it could be in the future, given that they're now rolling out this new expectation of an exclusive 6-star synergy. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Happy Sunday. Thanks for watching.